Okay, so I got here this morning and went to scraping around the edges to get any clumps of mud that might have gathered by the wall and such, and got over here in this area and a couple more areas right there, and right up there. I decided to go over with one more additional skim just for the final little bitty perfecting. Just to be satisfied with it, you might say. But after that, as soon as that gets dried up, I have got Mr. McCain right here pulling base. We are fixing to clean this one up, prep it out. This one actually looks pretty good as far as floor prep. Well, I guess it's about the same. Always around these units here where probably water from the AC unit has tore those up, damaged the glue, and you can always see replacement right around the AC unit. So those tiles are a little thicker than these tiles, so that's why it's got to be floated around these edges just to get rid of that ridge. And also right here, I scrape over this best I can, and then also there's just a little bit of mess left from that. Always we have to go over this, and that's what you've seen in that other corner. So, let's get to it. I now am fixing to scrape down the walls and go along this edge and scrape all of this mess up right there. There. And over here, wow, you can sure see over there, right there. And there is somewhere right in there, 6 inches, just like I did yesterday. 6 inches around the entire room. It worked out perfect in here because it was it was 30 one way, 24 the other way. So we had 6 inches all the way around the walls. In the other room, we ended up having like 3 1/4 on the width and then 6 on the length. I just wanted to point something out here in case people do not know this. Let's see here. So you can see right here, see my joints right here? You can see that this row here is actually getting a little bit ahead of this one. And how to correct that? If you notice it, when it's very minor like this, the easier it is to correct. It can all be corrected, but the sooner you catch it, the easier it is to correct. You can see here, there's almost dead on again. So what we do, if we find that this row or any row is running a little bit ahead, when you're placing your next few tiles, pull this one, pull it tight as you place it down. This one that is behind, just simply lay it down in there without any tension back at all. And after you do that a few times, pulling back on this one and just laying that one down flat without any pressure backwards on it, they're gonna catch right back up with one another and work it all even. It'll all be worked out evenly, and that is how you keep from having little windows in the corners from tiles running off or anything like that. If you pay attention closely to your install as you're putting these down, you can keep it on. They will naturally start to run off. So there's no doubt about that. They will run off. Even if you take a wipe the grit off the edges of the tiles, they will run off. It's up to you to make the adjustments necessary to keep everything nice and lined up. And you do it just like I just explained. Always work it at a pyramid pattern like this. Step it up. Boom, 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 boom. At some steps. That helps keep everything from running off, okay? So I think it was 4 tiles will go to get these corners right back dead on again. So the sooner you do that, the sooner, the easier it is to get right back on track. So just pay attention to your install. As it starts getting off, just easily start pulling it right back in line. And the pyramid thing here, I'm working up that way, coming down, working out, back down this way, going that way, vroom, vroom. Is exactly what I'm doing that way. I got pyramids working both directions at a time. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Still letting this dry a little bit before I get too crazy over there, so that's why I'm going the direction I am. Alrighty, we fixing to trim this bad boy. Yeah. I would have that done, but I got to do that before I can carry on over here. Anyway, so we got our 6 inches here. We have our 6 inches here, and we have our 6 inches here. Cock-a-doodle-doo. And I'm sure once we get this over here, we are going to have our 6 inches over here too. Now, granted, it may be off, you know, could be off possibly a quarter, give or take, but all in all, it's going to work out. I'll let you know how much it's off, if it's off any. I'm sure it's going to be off some, so we'll see. I'm not that good, but we'll see what's going on. We will see. I did 3 of them, turned around the wrong way. One of them I had to, it was actually like out in the floor a little bit. I noticed I had to dig it up with a knife, a 5-in-1. The other 2 I caught as I was in the process of installing up to them. So not a big deal at all. We got them all corrected. Okay, so upon finishing out these wall cuts, I always, whenever I got this whole wall right here to do, and the same on all of these other walls as well, anytime I do one, I'm going to start right here in the center, work one way, come back to my center point, and work that way. Just makes everything easier to start in the center, easier to keep everything lined up. Okay, we are complete with this room here. Another one marked off my list. Got 2 of them down, and we'll see how many more we can get done before next week. I got one other job. I'm going to go do an installer that is no longer at the store. Just went in there and wrecked the job, so I'm going to go spend a day at a carpet job next week and just doing a whole bunch of repair work. And outside of that, I will be over here all week next week, so see if I can't get at least, I don't know, I would like to go for at least more than 1 a day. Maybe I could, for the total week, in a 5-day work week, I might be able to get 6 if I just get pushed far enough one day to maybe complete. I don't know, we'll just shoot for 6 next week. Oh, I'm actually going to be missing a day, so maybe 5 in a 4-day work week. We'll try that because I'm going to be somewhere else 1 week. So we're going to go for 5 in a 4-day work week. And that includes base and stuff, which as soon as I get back here Monday, I'll jump on that by myself. Luke has an appointment Monday morning, so he'll be a little bit later getting over here. So I'll do that when I'm by myself. Anyway, here we go. I told you I would show you what was up on the edges. These sides were absolutely perfect. 5 7/8 on this side, 5 7/8 on this side. This was a little bit off. It was 5 7/8 here, 5 3/4, 5 7/8, 5 3/4, and this was 5 1/4 to 5 3/8 up here. So I was off a little bit on the length of the room, just like I said, about 1/4 or something like that. So, or a 1/2 inch, I guess is what it would be. But anywho, I'm glad they're not super picky to where it's actually going to matter. And these classrooms, I could probably just start out and go, not even paying attention, not even worrying about anything. I just don't want to end up with a full tile on the walls, because if something is out a little bit, then you end up with a little sliver somewhere like that, and I just didn't want that. So that's why I'm splitting these to have 6-inch pieces per se all the way around the edges versus going with a full tile all the way around the edges, just to keep from having a little sliver if something was to get crazy. But anyway, we are done for the day, so I'm gonna help him get this last little bit of stuff out of here, and we are gonna get outy bouty. And I'm gonna have my guy over. I didn't do any videos at all last week as far as teaching videos. I think it's been like a couple weeks actually. So I'm gonna try to get 3 or 4 of them made this weekend and just get scheduled to come out. I'll get one out this weekend, or at least by Monday, and then try to get a few more made, scheduled to come out, because got some vacations coming up and stuff like that I'm going to be not able to do videos. So get some made up to have scheduled for that. Okay, anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Daily Grind. Until tomorrow, tomorrow, FBSB's out.